Hello. So as you can see from the title of this video, this is about the small simple steps you can take towards moving towards a more of a zero waste lifestyle. Important note, this video is for people like me who are at the very beginning of their zero waste journey. If you are super pro at the zero waste stuff, that's fantastic. Leave some tips in the comments on how we can take the next steps forward. It's all about taking small steps, and we all have to start somewhere. So what is zero waste? So the general idea is that nothing goes to the landfill. Everything is recycled, reused, rotted, so it can be decomposed. Because we're taught that when we throw something away, we put it in the bin collector takes it away, and then it will just magically disappears in the landfill. And it doesn't. For example, styrofoam, the stuff used in packaging for your furniture, it's used once, your furniture comes, you unpack it, you throw the styrofoam away. Styrofoam takes 500 years to decompose. This culture of just throwing things away is so normalised, a lot of us, we just don't notice it. But then you just sort of hear about these like strange movements like zero waste, and then you just start thinking about how much waste you actually produce on a day-to-day basis, and then you're like, that's not good, is it? The term zero waste can be seen as a bit of a buzzword because, you know, what about all the waste generated to make that product, to get it to you, to clean it, to store it, to all the water waste? And with all these problems, it can feel like, well, what's the point of even trying? However, as I've said before, small steps. Take small steps, and that makes a big difference already. I do most of the tips I'm going to be giving out in this video. I don't do all of them yet. These are just good and simple ways that I've come across to help me move to more of a zero waste lifestyle, and I thought I might as well just share it with you guys. Instead of using plastic bags all the time to carry your shopping, just use tote bags. Ta-da! And this one's something you might recognise. It's the tote bag from the Dan and Phil tour. Yes, I saw it and bought it, and I regret nothing. In the UK, the government have placed a 5p charge on plastic bags, so more and more people are switching towards tote bags and reusable shopping bags anyway. It's really easy just to take one of these, fold it up into a really small square, pop it in your bag, and then you've always got a shopping bag handy. Pro tip from me, get a bag that's made from cotton or hemp or a natural fibre, so that when they are done and they're falling apart and you no longer want to use them, they will decompose. Another tip is to try and buy loose fruit and veg in the vegetable section. I still shop at supermarkets at the moment. I'm not quite farmer's market level yet. The annoying thing is, supermarkets tend to put like stickers on their fruit, and I just find it really unnecessary. I suppose it helps storekeepers and stuff, but it's annoying. When you're out, do you really need those catalogues and leaflets? It's likely that they have a website and all that information is up there anyway. So if you need any information or you want a particular product, you can just search for it online. Or if you're really worried that you're going to forget a certain bit of information, just take a photo of it. It's so easy to just take a water bottle with you throughout the day. If you run out, you can just fill it up with tap water. So if you're eating in the restaurant or you're at the workplace, just fill up with tap water. I have these water bottles. This one is a plastic one from Paper Chase. It's not the greatest, and also it's plastic and all the paint and stuff's coming off, but it is space themed. I've recently been using this glass one. This was just a pink lemonade bottle from Tiger. I took off the label, cleaned it, and I've just been reusing it as a water bottle ever since. Next tip, use reusable straws. I didn't actually know reusable straws existed until a few months ago. These are food grade silicone ones, so you can get ones made from silicone, stainless steel, bamboo. There's probably some more materials, but I'm not quite sure. Some of you who are watching this probably thinking like, why don't you just stop using straws? I have very sensitive teeth, so if I want to drink anything cold, I have to use straws, otherwise it gives me quite a lot of pain and discomfort. The nice thing about reusable straws is that they often come with a little straw brush. You can also use reusable coffee cups. Now, I don't actually own one because I extremely rarely go to coffee shops and cafes, and when I do actually sit down and like have a cup of tea. But if you do like going out getting your morning coffee or tea in a cafe, then it's a good investment to get a reusable coffee cup. You just go into your coffee shop, give them the coffee cup and just ask them to put your drink in that cup. Reusable coffee cups are genuinely a growing trend. Starbucks and Costa have released their own range of reusable cups, and they offer you a discount if you use reusable cups. Something else you can do is bring your own lunchbox. This is just a standard plastic Tupperware box from a supermarket. Again, not the greatest because it's plastic, but hey ho. I got this before I started the whole zero waste thing. So you do save a lot of money and prevent a lot of waste by just bringing your own lunch in every day to work or school or wherever you're going, instead of buying takeout all the time. But if you do get takeout, try turning down that plastic spoon or fork and just use your own cutlery. Another tip, if you're buying like a bread roll or a donut or something that you're literally going to eat immediately, try just taking it to the counter and be like, this is the donut I have chosen. I have heard stories of people doing this and like the checkout people give them a funny look, but you know, you don't have to justify yourself. I've got a donut in my hand, I'm paying for it, so what? The final tip for the food section is instead of using cling film all the time, try switching to beeswax cloths. I'd never heard of beeswax cloths until like 4 months ago, but they're essentially reusable cling film. It's just 100% cotton infused with beeswax and various oils of whatever the maker's choosing. This one is made of beeswax, tree resin and jojoba oil, jojoba oil, something oil. It's completely safe for your food, probably better for your food than plastic. And you basically just wrap your food up in it or put it in a bowl and put this on top like you would cling film. When you're done with it, you just wash it with cold water and dish soap and then you're good to use it again. Also, at the end of their lifespan, they are biodegradable, so no waste. You can get them pretty much anywhere. Etsy is really good to buy them from. They are a little bit pricey up front depending on the brand you buy, but you can use that one sheet again and again and again and again and again for maybe a couple of years. It depends on the brand, obviously, and how well they're made. And instead of just buying rolls of cling film repeatedly, you can just get a couple of cloths and that's all you need. You can make yourself reusable cotton pads. With disposable cotton pads, you literally use them once and you throw them away again, so you're just buying something to throw away, so you're basically putting your money in the bin. So I found a neat trick, which is basically buy some, like, for me this is like a dishcloth I bought from the shop, brand new obviously and cleaned, 100% cotton. I just cut them up, sewed them together. There's like 100 tutorials on YouTube and on the internet generally. Just clean them, disinfect them regularly and they're perfectly fine. I mean, they're not pretty, but they work. This tip might not be relevant to some of you, but for others, try using a menstrual cup when you're on your period. I've made an entire, very extensive video about this topic, so just click on the things that pop up above me to take you to that video. You can just use a menstrual cup instead of using all those disposable tampons and sanitary towels and just using them and throwing them away. You can also use bars of soap instead of like plastic bottles full of liquid soap. They last longer anyway. And something I didn't realise was a thing until like last year, you can actually get shampoo bars and conditioner bars. That like blew my mind when I first discovered them, because I never realised that they could be in a solid form. I've only ever had shampoo conditioner in liquid form in the bottles. They last a fair bit longer, and depending on the store you can literally just buy the bar itself and just have no need for any packaging for it. So for example in Lush, yes, another YouTuber talking about Lush, this is their John Gore hair conditioner bar. They do offer to put it in a paper bag if you wish, or you can just take your soap dish with you, put it in the soap dish and then put it straight to your bathroom. Nice thing about Lush is that they're all about ethics and reducing the impact on the environment, so if you do that, they completely understand what you're doing and they won't question you. You don't actually have to use paper towels in the kitchen. My family, when I was growing up, we would just use cloths to clean the kitchen counters and the table and things like that, and then clean them, leave them to dry and then reuse them. But I realised that not everyone does this. A lot of people just go through rolls and rolls and rolls of paper towels for their cleaning. You can just take a cloth, use the cleaning agent and then just disinfect them at the end of the day. It takes literally, what, 2 minutes to clean your cloth and leave it to dry. Instead of rebuying these little pump hand soap things every time they run out, just get a big bottle that's a refill one and just refill it. As you can see, plastic, not great, la la la. But you know, beginning step. Yeah, you do at the end of it, you're going to have to get rid of this bottle and buy yet another one, but it's better than buying all those little ones and replace them all the time. Final tip, when you're decluttering your wardrobe, do not throw your clothes in the bin. It might sound obvious to a lot of people, and it's something I've never done myself, but a lot of people literally just bin their clothes because they're out of fashion or they don't want them anymore. You can try giving them to charity shops, reselling them online, giving them to your friends, sell it at a car boot sale. I'm not really sure what the American equivalent of car boot sales are. Let me know if you know. If they're really at the end of their lifespan, what you can do is just cut them up and use them as cloths to clean the house and things like that, so that they have their one final use before they finally have to disintegrate and go away. So those are my tips. I hope you find them useful. Let me know if you are going to implement any of them in your own day-to-day life. If you have any more tips to share, please do let me know in the comments below or tweet at me. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.